Was it hard for me to accept that I had ADHD and autism? It wasn't actually. It was actually a huge relief for me because I had been experiencing like major communication issues like in my marriage and in like really important relationships, particularly my marriage. And that was really hard for me because I felt like we hadn't really like run into that before. But when we did, it started to feel like super hard and like it started to feel super scary. It started to feel super scary because then like when you're just trying and you're not able to communicate effectively, I mean, you just start to feel like really afraid and really hopeless. And so whenever our marriage counselor brought up this idea of neurodivergence, it just really sent me down a rabbit hole, and I was actually like completely and utterly relieved. Like when I started watching all of these videos, hearing people, autistic people and people with ADHD talk about their experiences, I felt like I was like being read like a book. And I also, I had that same experience like in regards to thinking about my husband. And so it completely changed, revolutionized, and it like my perception, honestly. That's what it gave me, was a new perspective and a different, like looking at my life through a different lens. And it was transformational. That's the best way I can explain it. Like it was transformational for me. And it was like, for the spiritual people out there, it was like that moment where you connect with God and like everything, like nothing else matters. Like everything that you used to be mad about or used to be resentful about or used to be angry about or scared or anxious or anything, it's like in that moment when it all makes sense, it's like all of that just like goes away, and so much love and forgiveness and hope and compassion like rushes in. It was like one of those experiences where I was just like, oh my God, I felt like I was just like falling in love all over again. It was like the best feeling, and it was just such a huge relief. So that went on for like a couple of weeks. I did a lot of crying. I did a lot of crying because oh my God, I was just like so relieved. And like, because like when you don't know what's going on and you are trying to help yourself and you're trying to work together and it's just like still like really difficult, you're just like, what is happening? And so like being able to have this like huge revelation, it not only like changed like the state of my marriage at that time, but it changed like so much of like how I viewed myself, even as like a business owner. Like I would wonder, like, is everyone struggling this hard? Like, why is this so hard? Like, I mean, I know entrepreneurship is hard, but it feels extra hard for me. And it's like, and I keep doing all of the things, but it's like still not panning out. And so like being able to just like understand like so much more about myself, that I'm like, I just thought that they were like me things, and like it was just like my own personal experience that I was having. But like to watch all of these videos and people talk about things and like answer things that I didn't even know I had questions about in my life. Like I didn't even realize that I was asking that question, but like to have an answer, I'm like, oh my God, like I didn't even realize that was a thing. I didn't realize that nuance. And so no, it was not difficult for me to accept that I had ADHD and autism. It came as a great relief because it literally filled in the blanks of so many holes, and I had already done so much like self-discovery work, but this just like, it's just like that change in perspective. It just changes everything. Like when you can see yourself in other people to that degree, it's like, it's a huge relief. And so I feel honestly a lot less unique, but not in a bad way. I feel less unique, and it feels good because I realize that like there's actually a community of people who are just like me, and that I'm not just some one-off, like global Christian, having like just a global Christian experience. It's like, it's actually like, it's not that far off from like this community that you now know that you belong to.